Kane is in the building.
On JDP TV this afternoon, we have a very special guest and a very good friend of mine. You can see him right here to the left of me and to the right of you, Matt Kelly.
Hi.
Hi. You were my first placement in recruitment. When was that? Like in April or May or whenever it was, 2010? 11?
Yeah, 11. 2011 it would have been.
Was it?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. It was.
It was.
It was. 2011, far it was string of a dates here, time just goes so fast. But I placed you into Allianz or Mondial Assistance back then. And dude, you've gone on to do some pretty massive things for yourself. Look at the big smug smile.
Yeah, times have changed. It's humble beginnings.
Yeah. But yeah, tell everyone a little bit about sort of what you've been up to the last how many months has it been now?
About 9 months. So
you've been in the States 9 months.
Yeah.
Shit.
So,
That's the best swear word on JDP TV right
now. Awesome. Yeah. So I relocated to San Francisco it was early this year.
Why?
Why? Because I basically found a pretty epic opportunity that doesn't come around too often. And I always knew that I would go into Silicon Valley in some capacity, in some way.
Such a boner for Silicon Valley, don't you?
I do, I love it. But it's hard not to, right? Like, you have to.
Yeah.
It was one of those situations where it was like, there is an opportunity, I have to run at it. So basically, a couple of years ago, met who is now Sean Puri, who is now the CEO of Monkey Inferno. The Monkey Inferno is
good dude as well.
Great dude, amazing dude. So I actually met him in Brisbane.
Shout out to Sean Puri.
Yeah, shout out. So I met him in Brisbane at a meetup. He was here for a couple of months on a contract, and then moved back to San Francisco.
Before that, you put him on your dad's yacht and chilled out.
Right. I wish I did. Yeah. I wish that was the real story. No, we met casually at a meetup and became friends and hung out a bit. Long story short, he went to San Francisco, picked up a job as CEO of the Monkey Inferno, which is basically Yeah, shout out.
You forgot to bring me a free shirt.
I did forget that.
I'm giving him a mug though.
Yeah, I did.
But he went over there and you basically stayed in touch. And
so basically we stayed in touch, and I should probably say what the Monkey Inferno is. So in San Francisco, and even in Brisbane now, there's incubators or accelerators for startups, and the idea is a small group or a single founder goes into an incubator for say 3 months. They get some cash input to their company for equity, and they get some resources, might be mentors or office space or something. So that's a traditional incubator model. What we do is we sort of flip that on its head. So derail the story a bit. Michael Birch, founder of Bebo, social network back in the MySpace days.
Bebo,
yeah, sold it for $850 million to AOL.
Yahoo.
Sure, like a just gigantic company. So he sells it off, gets his payday, and he goes, well, I don't really want to go and sit on a yacht all day. That's boring. I want to keep building. So he builds a Monkey Inferno. And what the Monkey Inferno is, it's 23 people. 23 people, 16 engineers, split into 4 to 5 teams at any given time. We build 5 startups at once, and go really fast from ideation to validation in 6 weeks, and then we build startups and we launch them.
6 weeks, is that a long time, short time?
Well, 6 weeks is typically very short. If you think about the traditional model, people will get an idea and then spend 3 months building. And they'll build in stealth. They won't tell anyone what they're building. And the problem is that when they get to the end of their launch phase and actually launch, what often happens is they realise that there is no market, or they miss the market, or the market doesn't care, or for whatever reason it doesn't actually sink and settle. So what we do is before we even build anything, we'll validate an idea. And this is like this whole lean startup movement where basically we get an idea, and we go and talk to whoever we believe the user to be, and we'll have mock-ups, and that's it. And no engineer gets involved then. We actually get the engineers to be involved in that validation process. So they'll go out there and test the idea, they'll talk to customers, they'll basically, we'll be iterating before a product's even live. We'll spend a couple of weeks building a minimum viable product, and then
MVP.
And then we ship it, and then the iteration happens even faster. So it's a very short cycle, traditionally. And we like to build externally, so we want people to know what we're building, and we want their involvement.
And that's probably where a lot of your part comes into, is that whole marketing piece.
Sure, absolutely. So I look after marketing for all of our products we work on at any given time.
And how many would you guys be working on at any given time?
4 to 5. 4 to 5. Okay. Now, right now, so interestingly, in July we bought back Bebo, which was a social network itself. So we bought it back.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, we bought it back for $1 million. and which is sort of messed up.
Wait, just give me a second. So you guys sold it for $850 million, and you bought it back for $1 million.
A few years later, I bought it back for $1 million. That's what happens when you sell your company to AOL. I didn't say that, that's bad. But that is what happens when you sell it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. That's what happens, because big company thinks that they can adopt it and thinks that they can innovate on it, and typically they're not built to do that.
Yeah.
They're built to build long, stable companies and play the long game. Reality is that the community didn't flourish, and the site tanked. They sold it off for a really low price to an investment capital firm, and it went bankrupt. And we came in and bought the assets in July.
That's awesome.
So since then, we've done a few interesting things. So we launched a video, which is now on the homepage of Bebo.com, essentially announcing that we bought it back and announcing the next steps. And the tech community has actually embraced it. So we did it in a different way. People typically come out and they say, like, don't worry, Bebo will be fine. It's back in the owner's hands, it'll be sweet. And we're like, yeah, but everyone knows Bebo's dead. It's been dead for 5 years. No one cares about it. So what do? We come out, we be very self-deprecating. We know that it failed. It was obvious that it failed. So let's not pretend we're bigger than we are.
But it always used to rank really, really high.
Oh yeah, no,
whenever you search someone's name, like Spencer Strooper, like Bebo would always rank in the top 3 of wherever, like, because it scraped a lot of names, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, listen, in its prime, Bebo had 40 million users, and in the early days of social networking, that was huge. That was a legitimate MySpace competitor. Now, it fundamentally changed as Facebook grew in popularity. It was never going to grow sustainably unless it continued to innovate. And in the hands of a big company,
that would never happen. No,
so it was just a given that wasn't going to play out the way that I'm sure they'd hoped it would. So
what have you guys done since?
So we came out with a pretty epic announcement. I would encourage anyone who is interested to go and check out Bebo.com and just watch.
Put the link in under here. Spencer's pretty good with that, aren't you?
It's a comedic take on what could have been a very negative announcement. We decided that, like, let's just be honest and be real, and there's something to be said about being authentic and true to who you are. We know that Bebo failed. We know that it wasn't working. So why pretend that it was? There was no reason to pretend that it was. And we would rather have people passionate about what we're doing than apprehensive, than doubting us. So it made sense for us to do that. So since then, we've actually been basically iterating on a whole bunch of different ideas for what the new Bebo will become. We're going mobile first, but basically mobile only initially. We've got a few products in the market right now that are off-brand, so you wouldn't know they were Bebo, but we're testing ideas right now. So,
so that could be like. Can I ask you? And can you
guess. You won't guess it, but you can guess.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the new one that's come out. Not to take away from your little Bebo spiel, which is really good.
Please do.
And by all means, this is probably Bebo's probably one of your most exciting projects that you work on.
Right now, it is. Yeah.
No guesses there, because that's pretty cool. Circle,
interesting. Yeah. It's not one of ours.
Okay.
But it's interesting. Cool. I've been playing with it.
The design, mobile first. It's pretty sexy. All right, cool. So coming back, so this is what you guys are doing. This is where the development's at, and obviously things will go from here. And
so we're building rapidly right now.
And watch this space.
Watch this space. Yeah, Bebo will be I'm going to be careful what I say here. It'll be a group of products, and it'll be mobile first. And what I'm really interested in is, and Facebook are doing this right now, is the debundling of their products. So I was at an event at Facebook very recently, and they were literally talking about the fact that, like, they've broken out Messenger, they've broken out Page Manager, they're
separate apps.
They're breaking them out now, and it's like, why are they doing that? Well, when you look at companies like Snapchat, who will hit one very specific part of the market and dominate, you need to do that. You need to be really great at a thing and not try to do everything okay, because gone are those days. So we're looking at that game, and we're experimenting across the board.
Trying to dominate the hell out of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like let's play in a whole bunch of different spaces and win in one of them, and then focus completely in that one space.
In that space that you dominate. That's cool.
Call me Triple A, get my advance in advance. Amen. As the world spinning, dance in my hands. Life is a beach, I'm just playing in the sand.